Some of us watch ESPN by choice. A few of you watch ESPN because your loved one loves it and you just want to spend time with them. Well, one face on there on ESPN that I just love to watch and listen to is Hannah Storm. She's got an amazing knowledge, beautiful smile, and of course a caring heart. She has a foundation that gives back to young kids. And today Hannah joins us to tell us about an exciting opportunity we can all get part of. So Hannah, first and foremost, welcome and tell us about caring for kids.
Yeah, it's so great. I have the Hannah Storm Foundation and I partnered with the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. They have this amazing foundation called the Plastic Surgery Foundation, and what they do is they have these incredible doctors, the best in the country, and they literally donate their time off. So on weekends when they could be at home with their own families, what they're doing in this Caring for Kids campaign is they're coming into work and they're doing surgeries for free, which is absolutely incredible. So the money that goes to the Caring for Kids campaign helps to defray all the hospital costs, the costs for the families, in terms of all of the other things. But the surgery is actually donated by these amazing doctors. And in a lot of cases, Con, they're teams of doctors because we're dealing with very complicated craniofacial conditions, surgeries that might affect, the eyes or the ability to eat, the ability to hear, all sorts of things, not just the appearance of the child. And they're dealing with very, very young children. Hopefully they want to get kids, as young as infants in the operating room, address these conditions early so that they don't have even worse health problems as they grow older. So that's sort of the gist of what this campaign is about.
Hannah, that is impressive indeed. And how can we best support your efforts?
You go to thepsf.org, which is the Plastic Surgery Foundation, and just search Caring for Kids, and they'll tell you how to donate, how to support the surgeries for these kids. Again, the doctors are going all the way to the limit on this, and what we need to do is just support their efforts with some of the costs that are associated with these surgeries. But one thing that needs to be understood is, when you talk plastic surgery, we're not just talking something to make a child look more beautiful. We're talking about, again, very serious things from, anything from something that you might know about, like a cleft palate, cleft lip, to reconstructive surgery after burns, to port wine stains, hemangiomas, vascular anomalies, and a lot of conditions which are very, very difficult and impede the health of the kid, not to mention psychologically having to exist and walk around with some kind of deformity. I mean, that's what I experienced as a child, having a port wine stain. It's very, very difficult. People look at you funny, they stare at you, they ask you questions, they're rude, they make fun of you. And if we could save kids from any part of those things that I just mentioned, it's really a life changer.
Life-changing indeed. You have an amazing heart, Hannah. I also want to commend you for being a great mom, raising 3 daughters, a wife, and of course, great on ESPN. But given your journey of success, what have you learned that has served you well that you can share with the rest of us?
I think, Con, is just to really always be grateful. I try to tell that to my kids. It's it sounds really simple, but I think that we all have things that we wish were different, and things that we get frustrated with, and things that we have a hard time dealing with. And the great way to put that in perspective is to think about all the things that you're blessed with, and to concentrate on that, and to understand what you have been given. And that's a very glass half full mentality, but it's a great mental exercise. You have to remind yourself to be grateful for what you have, and you have to remind yourself about the gifts that you have and what you have been given. And then I think it becomes a lot easier to tackle the rest. And I think you also realize really how blessed you are in comparison to a lot of people around the world. When you really take a global view of everything that we've been given in this country and that we're given as individuals, I think that it helps frame your perspective in a really positive way, so that you can move forward through obstacles, achieving your dreams, and whatever those dreams are, whether it's raising a family or having a career or whatever your dreams may be. I think a lot of it can start with gratitude.
Well, one thing's for sure, we are grateful for you, Hannah. What a great inspiration, a great example. I'm so glad to see you giving back so much of your time and resources. You're making a difference. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Con. And again, it's the psf.org, Caring for Kids. So, Con, thank you so much for helping us bring awareness to this. Thanks.